Good morning to all. My name is Niveditha. Today I am going to discuss about genetic algorithms in machine learning. So, what is genetic algorithm and why you are using genetic algorithms and operations of genetic algorithms? Today we are dealing this one. This was mainly it was given by John Holland. They belong to evaluationary algorithms, adaptive heuristic search algorithm based on generics and natural selection used to generate high quality solutions. Here there are mainly four operations are used in genetic algorithms. First one is encoding, second one selections, third one crossover, and fourth one mutation. So this is the flowchart of genetic algorithm. Here we have to start with the start button and then initialize the population. Here we have to initialize the population, then compute fitness. If compute fitness is okay, then criteria met. So if the condition is satisfied, so we no need to go to another operations. If the condition is not satisfied, we have to move to the operators like selection, crossover, mutation, like that, and finally and. So and this is the algorithm. In algorithm also, first genetic algorithm fitness underscore threshold p comma r comma m. Here fitness, they function that assigns an evaluationary score given an hypothesis. Fitness threshold, a threshold specifies the termination criterion. P, the number of hypotheses to be included in the population. R, the fraction of the population to be replaced by crossover at each step. M, the mutation rate. Here, the initialize the population. Here, we have to first assume the values. Here, P, generate P hypothesis at random. Evaluate for each H in P, compute the fitness of H, while max fitness of H is less than fitness threshold do. So, next, create new generation PS. In that, we had to perform the four operations like select, crossover, mutation. Here, select. Probabilistically select 1 minus R of P members of P to add P3. The probability of PR of H1 of selecting hypothesis H1 from P is given by PR of HI equal to fitness of HI by sigma P j equal to 1 fitness of Hj. Second one, crossover. Probabilistically select R minus P by 2 pairs of hypotheses from P according to PR of HA given above. For each pair H1 comma H2 produces two offsprings by applying the crossover operator. Add all offsprings to PT. Next, mutate. Choose m% of the members of PS with uniform probability. For each, invert one randomly selected bit in its representation. Next, fourth one, update P of PR. Evaluate. For each H in P, compute fitness of H. Return the hypothesis from P that has the highest fitness. So, in genetic operators, we already mentioned the four operations: encoding, selection, crossover, mutation. In encoding, we have to assume the decimal values like 10, 15, 20. So we have to convert that values into binary values. For suppose we have to take the 8. In 8, the binary value is 100. So like that. In this example, we have to consider up to 4 bits like 1, 2, 4, 16, 8, 16. Up to this one we have to consider. In selection, in this for example, you have to take one example. In that we had to consider 4 values like 13, 24, 8 and 19. First we have to convert these values into binary values. So we are all very well known about the binary, how to calculate the binary values. In this example, first we had to find out the f of x equal to x square. That is maximize this function with x in interval of 0, 31. In between 0, 31 interval only we have to choose the values and generate initial population at random. So initially we have to take any value, not only for 13, 24, 8, 19. We have to take any value. And then second one, calculate fitness. How to calculate fitness? F of x equal to x square. Next, third one, select any two parents based on the fitness. So fitness formula. PR of HI equal to fitness of HY by sigma PJ equal to 1 fitness of HJ. So in this example, first encoding is over. Next selection. In selection, we have to take n values is 4. How we have to take n values? In previous slide, we have to take 13, 24, 8, 19. These values will be represented in n. So n value equal to 4. So in that number, population, value, f of x equal to x square, pi equal to pi. We have to calculate the pi and into p. This is the estimated value. So in 13, first we have to consider the 13, 24, 8 and 19. So 13 binary value 0 11 0 1, 24 binary value 11 0 0 and 8 binary value 0 0 0, 19 binary value 1 0 0 1 1. So we have to consider these values into maximum value. So f of x equal to x square. Here x value is 13. So 13 into 13, 169. Likewise 24, 576, 8, 64, 19, 361. And then we have to calculate the PA value. How to calculate PA value? F of x by total. So f of x total, we have to consider the value of f of x. The total value of f of x is 169 plus 576 plus 64 plus 361. That is equal to 1170. In PI, how to calculate PI? F of x by total. F of x value 169. So 169 by 1170, 0.14. Next 576 by 0.4. Sorry, 576 by 1170. So 0.49. Next 64 by 1170, 0.31. Next 361 by 1170. So like that we have to calculate the P of I value. And next finally we have to calculate the estimated value of n into P. Here n value is equal to 4. So 4 into 0.14, 0.59 and 1.97, 0.22. So we have to calculate the n value. So 4 into 0.14, 4 into 0.49, 4 into 0.06, like that you have to calculate. So this is only for selection. In that we have to choose the maximum value. Here in this the maximum value is in 24, that is 1.97. So and in this example we have to consider minimum value also. So in this example the minimum value is 8, that is 0.22. So we have to take out this value and replace this value with the maximum value. So in next slide, in crossover, we have to choose the difference, like second one and third one both are same values. So finally the total will be 1170. And next crossover. So in crossover there are single point crossover, 2 point crossover, n point crossover and uniform crossover. And finally the point mutation. In A, we have to perform the crossover by using the two parent values. By using these two parent values, we have to get the offspring values. So in selection is over, and then second step is crossover. In crossover, the population values is 13, 24, 13, 13, 24, 24 and 19. So we have to replace the smaller number into bigger number. That's why here we get 24. In that the crossover point is 4. So first we have to consider the 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4. In 1 and 2, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. So in that point 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So first we have to write the 0, 1, 1, 0 and 0. And second one 1, 1, 0, 1. So like this we have to write the crossover point. After crossover we get the values 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. These are the binary values. These binary values will convert it into the decimal value, and finally we have to get the 12, 25, 27 and 16. So f of x maximum value, how to calculate the maximum weight? F of x equal to x square. So 12, 144, 25, 625, 27, 729 and 16, 256. So finally the total is 1725. In this example, we have to consider the total values. In step by step, the total values will be incremented. And then finally mutation. So mutation, we had to perform some random placement. So finally we had to get the values in high level only, not in less level. If the value will be in decreasing level, the program will be wrong. The program is wrong. So every time we have to select bigger numbers only. So finally in the mutation, senior numbers, after crossover, we have to get the values 12, 25, and like this. After mutation, here mutation also, so which value will be small, we have to choose that value, and just in only one value will be that one value will be eliminated. So 0, 1, 1, 0. In that we in after mutation, this is crossover. After crossover, the value will be 0, 1, 1, 0. After mutation, I have to replace the value 0 to 1. That's why here I am getting 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. So the value is obviously 26. In previous, the value is 12. After mutation, the value will be x is 26. And in second step, second and third one is no need to change, because 25, 27 already these numbers are high numbers. So we don't need to change these values. And finally, we have to change the last 12, that is 16. So in this also 1, 10000. Here I have replaced this third position 0 to 1. So 10100. So in the decimal, in binary value 10100, the decimal value is 18. In previous value 16. After changing the one value, we will get 18 value. So finally f of x equal to x square. So 26 into 26, 676, 625, 729, 324. And finally we get 2357 total. So in selection, the total will 1170. In crossover, the total value is 1754. And in mutation, the final value is 2354. So this algorithm is in right way. This algorithm will goes into the right way. Final answer is 2354. So we have to find this algorithm by using we have to find this algorithm by using this method. Thank you.